I'm live. It dropped for just a second, so I think I'm back on. I don't know who's gonna be available this time of day to jump on with me. Yes, my voice is pretty much still healing. I'm very hoarse, as from my earlier post you can see. I'm very hoarse from the Tony Robbins event, and so I'm dedicated some time to healing that this week. I'm not sure. Hey, Miss Angela. I'm not sure if it's going to be today, if it's going to be like 2 days or, more than that. It's been a while since I've had this kind of hoarseness. So, hey, Miss Lena. Hey, Mama Lena. Oh, my goodness. Miss Lena and I used to work in the prison ministry together. She was my partner. I miss you. Hey. So, yeah. Oh, I'm so glad we got a couple people jumping on. We've got a third person. Fourth. Who are my friends jumping on? I can't see your names until you comment. Tell me who's here. I want to know. Yeah, I want to talk about this topic of judging fit Christians. Judging, the people trying to get healthy and fit. And then the opposite way, us Christians trying to judge other people. Hey, that's my neighbor right there. Hey, oh my goodness, look at you guys. Hey, so I don't want to hold you guys up. I want to reward you guys for being some of the first to hop on and just go ahead and jump into the topic. So that, just what I kind of was inspired to start talking about just for a minute. I don't want to take a lot of time, but I've really been thinking about it today, and it's kind of bugged me a little bit how people, judge Christians for getting fit or being fit or trying to get fit or healthy even. Or, how Christians kind of, some of us, faith people, us Bible thumpers, we love God and we love people, but then yet we, judge our brother and sister a little bit if they're not as healthy or, as we are, don't have their, it's just like we do if they don't have their life all together, if they, act out in some kind of way. We look at them and we think, oh, she must be lazy or she must overeat. She has no control. And, while for me, it really was the lack of self-control. I did overeat and I looked at food for comfort. Hey, Miss Kim. So, for me, it was a lack of control, but that's not the truth for everybody that, is struggling with weight or struggling with losing weight or just struggling with body image and all those things, So I don't condone that in any kind of way. Hi, Miss Cindy. My hope is that as people connect with me and the people who already know me, my friends and family, that you guys, I got judged for living a vegan, vegetarian lifestyle, but it's a great lifestyle. So we'll see. There you go. I was seeing that share, something, a lot of you people, oh, hey, Miss Darlene Moses. Oh, my word. Oh, my gosh. That's my Soul Care Downtown partner right there. We used to do women's luncheons every month. Okay, I'm really getting excited being able to talk with you guys. So, the way I see it, it's not actually something that Dr. Debbie kind of taught me once. Hey, Miss Christina. So, she told me, Angel, if you're, we're all in a different part of the process, and right now I'm talking about healthy eating and fitness, but, you can apply this with any other aspect. With faith, people growing Christians, we look at other people and we see something in their life and we judge them and we think, oh, she's really needs to get her act together. She's not all that holy or whatever. And for one reason or the other, and you see people on both sides of the spectrum, but you're both godly people. They're both representative of godly people, but you wonder, so who's right? But what Dr. Debbie taught me was, we're all in a different part of the process. Whatever that process is, we're all in our own place with God. And for those of you who missed it, my voice, I apologize. I'm very hoarse from the event this week. So, but I'm great. I'm totally great. And no, I didn't burn my feet. My feet are totally, perfectly fine. I did do the fire walk, but I'm totally fine. So anyway, but then so what we have to do is we have to judge people from a place of there's two things that I keep in mind. One, I'm going to judge them for their heart, who I know them to be. And if I don't know them, I really have no place to even start to cast judgment or form an opinion about them in any kind of way. If I don't know them personally, I don't know their heart or where they're coming from whenever they speak and whenever they do the things they do and they live the way that they live their life, I have no right. And then the second part of that is understanding that, if I don't know them, then I need, and even if I do know them, but maybe I can't quite discern where their heart is, then, number two challenge is for me to trust that God knows their heart, and He loves them just the same, whether or not they're in the right place. So my position as a Christian, as a believer, and another fellow brother or sister in Christ, or even if they're not a believer, is to say, okay, God, help me see this person through your eyes. And so that's what I'm, putting out here, because, we judge. It can go both ways, absolutely. But what I really wanted to talk about was this judging of fit people that are also Christians, this judging of Christians for even pursuing, trying to get healthy and fit. I see strong opinions on this side of the fence. I spent years rebelling against any kind of dieting because I had been there and done that, right, in my mind. I tried so many different kinds of things. And I was just like, I just got to a point where I was like, I'm going to eat the food because I want to eat the food. I'm going to eat the cheesecake, all of it. And I want it when I want it. But then I had a little bit of when the word started getting presented to me, teachings that showed me that health and healing was for me, that it was a promise from God. It was part of His plan for my life. And I wanted to, at first I felt a little condemned. We're not supposed to feel condemned. We're just supposed to feel convicted. Condemnation's from the enemy. Conviction, no, that's from the Holy Spirit. That's God's voice trying to tell you that this is your next area of growth, okay? So, sometimes we're in a season of life, a place in life where we're trying to grow our finances. Sometimes we're in a place of life where we're recognizing we need to grow in how we discipline our children, or communicate with them, or spend time with them. Sometimes we're in a place of life where we're just trying to grow in the Word, period, or grow our faith for whatever area. Well, I entered this place of life where I was trying to grow my faith for fitness, and here are some of the reasons why. I'm just in Proverbs 3:5-8 is where He says, "Lean not into your trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean on your understanding, and all your ways acknowledge Him." Well, I needed to acknowledge God in all my ways, including the way I ate and the way that I sat around, not refusing to exercise in any kind of way because it was unpleasant for me to do so. At first, I get some pleasure out of it now, right? And then the promise in that is that it will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. And it says that in the Word. So I was like, okay. Why would we judge a Christian? Why would we judge someone else for wanting to pursue health in their flesh and strength in their bones? Why would we judge another person for that? Isn't that part of God's promise? Isn't that exactly what I'm doing whenever I'm lifting weights and utilizing my body to put it to work? Because in this day and age, we don't work it the way we God initially designed our bodies to work, right? And so it says that in all my ways, if I acknowledge Him, then He will be direct my path. So He's going to help keep me focused and out of that place. And, that we do get judged in, where people start saying, oh, well, they're just, if you're trying to get fit and healthy, you're just vain. No, I'm seeking a promise from God, right? Maybe that's it. Or they say, or that she's just too extreme. Well, don't we say the same thing about people who go to church? Don't we hear that same kind of thing? Well, they're taking it to extreme. That tithing, that's taking it to extreme. Or worship, that's taking it to an extreme. We're all at different levels of comfort and application. So the next place that I saw where there was this promise, and it challenged my position on fit people, right? And why I needed to get healthy, why I needed to pursue fitness in my life. was in 2 Peter. Because in 2 Peter, he's talking about adding to your faith all these different virtues, all these different characteristics, this character building process of add to your faith moral excellence, add to your faith knowledge, add to your faith, get this, self-control. Self-control was an issue for me in the eating department. So while self-control may not cover eating for you, it covers a different issue. You can't deny that that was an area that I needed to add my faith to in order to be successful in it. And then it goes, self-control is beyond not just eating. It's, like I said, it's this physical aspect of being strong and healthy, because health is not just what we eat, but it's also how we use our body and the strength of it, and the endurance of it. And if it's made to last, he made us to live a long time, so we got to treat it right. So that's where I've been. So out of that desire, when I first started this whole health and fitness journey, because I got people wondering, I have friends and family wondering about this. They're like, what is Angel doing over there with this whole Beachbody thing? And I'm like, I'm kind of sick of seeing her post about her workouts and things like that. Hey, yeah. So I was like, I started to kind of feel that energy coming towards me. I started feeling some of that. Somebody actually hit a post. They clicked and said hide post, and it was a progress pic. And I understand not everybody wants to see my progress pic, but here is where my motivation that came from. If you go back to 2 Peter and you continue reading about all these things that he's saying to add to your faith, and he's saying, add knowledge and add self-control and add steadfastness, as in your determination not to quit, your consistency, keep going, and add to your faith godliness, your desire and your willingness to conform to God's will and to all the things that come from God. If you add to your faith brotherly affection and the loving of other people, right? That Christian love, that unselfish Christian love, to seek the best for yourself and for others. And this is what the word says. Now I'm reading from, I think, the Amplified version right here. But this is not just my notes. I'm reading this, okay? So this for me is what spoke to me. Because down here, if you keep going, it says, believers, be all the more diligent. And because by doing these things, actively developing these virtues, you'll never stumble in your spiritual growth, and you will live a life that leads others away from sin. And so here I am after 10 years in serving in ministry and saying, God used me, God put me to work. He's challenging me in this area of health and fitness, and I'm like, how can how can I use this and to continue to serve you and continue to be a light in the world and continue. And he's saying, I want to use this right here. I want to use this journey right here. So out of that was where this faith for fitness idea came from. This adding of faith to fitness. My connection, and I'm getting a thing that my connection is weak, so hopefully it doesn't drop. So from that was born this desire to connect with other people of faith who also value health and fitness, because I was in my own part of the process, right? Imagining that wheel or that pie, I was in my own part of that process. And hey, babe, where other people were far advanced from me, and they have a love for God in their hearts. So why wouldn't I want to connect with them, right? So that we can spur each other on and continue to develop those gifts. And so from there, we partnered together. Well, first we just started partnering together. We just said we need an environment where, we had all these challenge groups, these places where we were going for physical fitness and support. But then we were like, well, we really want a space for believers, for people who love God and can, feel completely free to discuss scripture in verse and say Jesus and go places that normally we don't have those conversations with anybody outside of our church, right? Or outside of our personal friends from ministry, because we're not sure where people are in their faith, but or in their believing. And we created this space, and so it's a private Facebook group that we do, and we have developed this space as a place to be able to get people who, you love God and you're trusting him to bring you on this journey. You have a heart you want to get healthy and you want to get more fit, but you don't know how, or you don't have the tools and the resources. Then that's where we come in as coaches. That's where I come in, and I want to partner with you. So here's the thing. A couple weeks ago, I offered everyone who invested in me as your coach. I was like, okay, I'll give you guys 25% off, right? So, and I had someone ask me if I would do it again. So what I'm doing now is I'm saying, okay, I gave it a rest a little bit, but here's the deal. I went into this because I wanted to fulfill my part of 2 Peter, right? I wanted to be able to let my life be a reflection. I wanted to live that life that leads others, right? I wanted to do my part in my partnership with God. And so I set out this month with a goal too, to be able to help more people than I did last month. And what I do as your coach is, or what you do whenever you invest in me, is I'm promising to invest right back into you. That when you are trusting me to help provide you the tools and the resources, to provide you an environment in which you can add your faith to your health and fitness efforts with the products that have helped me, with other people who are like-minded believers, that where you get a practical application of the word to your health and fitness. I'm your coach for life, by the way. That I'm also telling you, okay, try it with me. Try it with me for 30 days. If within 30 of those days, you're just like, this isn't working for me, it's not my thing, Angel, then I'm saying return it. Get all your money back. Because and then I'm saying, if you step out with me, if you make that decision right now, and this is what I'm offering, I'm saying, if you step out into that decision with me between now and Wednesday, 10 p.m. Central Time, I'll reward you back. I will literally give you a $20 gift back to you of your choosing. And I have several different things. Maybe, you want the containers that I use. You've seen me use them. Maybe you're interested in a new pre-workout or post-workout. Maybe you want a cool tank that is faith and fitness oriented, that says she works hard and makes her arms strong. Maybe you want a new cookbook that will support you. All these things are about $20. And I'd be willing to give that as a gift back to you if you invest in me as your coach. And you promise to follow, if you follow through with your purchase. And, I can already feel some people are like, oh, she's talking about purchases and all that. But listen, I'm delivering you so much more than just workouts and a nutrition plan and a meal replacement shake or pre and post workout formula. I'm offering you so much more than that because I have a real heart for this, and I'm asking you to judge me from my heart, not judge me based on whatever stereotype you may already have built up in your head about what a Beachbody coach is, right? Or what a fit person is, that they're not, they don't really love God or whatever, those things that we talked about in the beginning. So what is this Beyond the Shore challenge that you've seen me talk about? So it's all those things that I said. We offer those, all those services to you, all those things in that group. We offer a full week of prep, just getting ready before we even start working out together. We get our minds right. and ready. We get our spirits ready. We get our pantries ready, our homes ready, right? We get all the things in place so that we can help set you up for success because we are partnering with you. We are, in essence, coming into covenant with you. And we're saying you've got the advantage because you can back out at any time and totally take advantage of us. But we have wholehearted faith in the products because we've used them ourselves. And so, workout of your choice. We get to talk it out. I get to talk with you and help you find one that fits your need. Hey, Miss Yanni. Miss Yanni's awesome because Yanni helped get me into this whole health and fitness journey to begin with, just with a water jingle. And I believe that God used Yanni as a way to pull me in further, to just step out just that little bit. And speaking of stepping out, that's what Beyond the Shore Challenge is about. When I said that there's other coaches in this group, I've partnered with 2 other coaches that we get into the Word and we apply the Word and faith to what we're doing in our workouts and in our eating, right? We don't subscribe to a certain lifestyle of eating. We don't say, oh, you have to be vegan or you have to be vegetarian or you have to be paleo or you have to be this or that. We meet you where you're at. But we show you tools and resources that have worked for us, and we're each different. We each come from different areas, different walks of life, different stages of life, and men and women. It's not just a women group. I mean, the husbands are welcome. Not all of them like to come in, but they're welcome. So Beyond the Shore, stepping out. That's what this challenge is about. If you look for me, and now we're gonna go and in this group over the next 4 weeks, starting July 4th is the week of prep, so no workouts or anything like that. You don't have to do anything like that. But the following week is whenever we actually start working out. And when we get to that point, each week we are sharing scripture with you and we're applying the Word to everything that we're doing and saying and talking and thinking about to help keep us engaged, keep us motivated, keep us going, and keep us focused on the prize, keep us reaching for more. Each program is tailored to the individual. Absolutely. Thank you, babe. So here's for me. This week I'm meeting with those coaches and we're starting to plan out this Faith for Fitness group for this next month because we're wrapping up our final week of this this week is our final week for the people who committed to last month's challenge, this June month's challenge. And now we got to get ready for July. And so we have new material and we have new content and we have new ideas and we have a new word on our heart from God to share where He is revealing things to us and we're just sharing them. We're not saying we're an authority. We're not saying we have it all put together and perfect. But we're sharing what He has impressed upon our hearts and where He has helped us in our walk. Follow me around for a month. So for me, this is where we are, with the team of coaches that are in there. Miss Cindy's in the group with us, and she's doing amazing. I love her. I love everyone who's in there with us, and they're a phenomenal group of people who help, collectively as a group, we form a community that we are supporting each other, we're encouraging each other. And we are meeting each other and, each other's needs when we're in that moment of struggle or a moment of temptation. And then we're also there to help celebrate victories with each other, to high five each other when we get things, when we reach a milestone for ourselves. And I'm talking like beyond the scale, right? Beyond how we, measure around our waist or the pounds on the scale. I'm talking about behavior patterns, eating patterns, eating habits, whatever it is that you're struggling with that has prevented you from being healthy and fit or trying to get healthier. So for me, when I'm looking at this Beyond the Shore challenge and what I plan to talk with these other coaches that I'm partnering with in this Beyond the Shore challenge, is we're going to meet, I think Wednesday, is so far when we're talking about meeting. I'm going to be sharing from Luke 5 because this is immediately where God sent me. And just the 2 little things. I'm not going to teach you. I'm just going to share the 2 little things that jumped out at me was, This is, this is a scripture where after Jesus was tempted and by the enemy, and he walks away from that, right? He's won that. When after he's walked away from that, and he's healing, he goes on this another little trail of teaching and healing and miracles and all this, and people know him by now. They're like seeking him out. They're like, come heal me, and who is this? Isn't this Joseph's son? And they're all amazed, right, at the things that he's claiming and doing. And so if we, first of all, that by itself, you could apply that to people who are, hey, Lisette, hey, Miss Garney, who are applying that. You could apply that to people who are in, on their health and fitness journey, who are when you first step out on this and you just start working out a little bit, and you're talking the talk, and people are waiting to see if you're going to walk the walk. They're waiting to see how long you're going to stay on that, new health and fitness thing, right? They're waiting to see if you're going to stick it out, how successful you're going to be. If you're just going to, if you're going to lose 3 to 5, 10, 15 pounds and then just yo-yo right back, because they're convinced that, they can never do it either. Well, why not be a light to them? Why not be the person who not just proves it to yourself that you can do it, but proves it to other people, putting on the sorry, I'm not trying to teach. Okay, so here's the 2 things that jumped out to me whenever we were looking at this. So he's done all this, right? He gets to this point where in Luke 5, he is standing on the shore of Lake Gennesaret. My husband's going to tell me I'm saying it wrong. I'm sure he is. But the people are pressing in, and they want to talk with him, and they want to hear him teach. They want more of the word. They want more of the good news. They want more of what God's promises are for them. And this is where I am at in my own faith and fitness, and I believe that's where a lot of the men and women are at that are in this Faith for Fitness group with us. They're saying, we want more of the promises of God. We want health and fitness too. We want health and strength in our bodies too. We don't, some people are so busy believing God for wealth and provision, and that's part of his promise. Or they're so busy believing for joy and, I don't know, I can't think of all kinds of things, land, property, whatever. And those are promises from God. But health and fitness fitness is part of your health, by the way. But so health is also a part of the promises from God. And so we're all partnered together saying we want this too. So he's sitting there, it says using the boat for a pulpit. But in order to do that, he had the 2 things. The first thing was he had to look at Simon and say, put it out a little from the shore. And then after he said just a little, just put it out a little from the shore. And from there, he stayed and he taught. But then, right after, when he finishes his teaching, he says, okay, now, Simon, I want you to push out into deeper water and let your nets out for a catch. He's like, all right, now we're going to get real. Now I'm really going to test your faith. Now I'm going to really see if you're going to follow through with this prompting that I've put on your heart. I've shared the word. I've planted the seed in your heart. I've challenged you to start getting healthy. Start treating your body right. I've challenged you to start looking at the foods you're eating. I've challenged you to start looking at how active you are with your kids in your life. I've challenged you to start looking at those habits and he's saying, and so now I want to test you a little bit. Will you trust me to bring in a reward for you if you just trust me and step out and push yourself out into deeper waters, right? Yeah, health and fitness are a part. Now you're prepared. So that's where this is, but watch what happened when they trusted him, and because they were like, look, we've tried that. We've been trying to do that, and nothing came back. And aren't so many of us right there in our health and fitness with our efforts for dieting and eating and working out and all that? We've tried these things. We've tried pills. We've tried all kinds of things. And we say, I tried all that, couldn't lose the weight. It didn't work for me. It worked for a little bit, but then it stopped. I haven't been able to get anything from this. It just doesn't work for me. I must just not have the right kind of body or the right kind of genes, or, I just lack the self-control, or I must just not be meant. I'm just big boned. I just, or whatever it is. I cannot, we've set up a limiting belief that we cannot accomplish health and fitness for this body in this time. but I've toiled all night. Yeah. But he said, no, just trust me. Just do it anyway. And Simon Peter was willing to meet him there and say, okay, even though we've done it and we're not getting anything in return, we're going to trust you and we're going to do it anyway. And when they did, they got a return that was so overwhelming that it filled and overflowed and was straining the nets past capacity. They were waving to other people, come and help us. It filled their boats and it says it was nearly swamping them with the catch. It's so big. So I just thought, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know where God was bringing me on whenever he first told me, drink some more water. Okay, now that you've gotten good at drinking some more water, adding water to your day, now I want you to push the boat out just a little bit further. And I want you to start paying attention to the amount of calories going in and out. And now you've mastered that. Okay, you've grown an awareness for, what you're eating and the quality of what you get from eating, from the foods that you're choosing. So now I want to push you out just a little bit further, and I want to say, now I want you to start using this body a little bit, build some strength, build some endurance, so that whenever I give you an assignment, when I ask you to pick up and go, you are physically able to do it. So I recognize these times in my life over the last couple of years where he has continuously, and each stage that I've been in along this health and fitness journey, where he's just asked me, just push out a little bit from the shore, and now push out even deeper. So that's holy water jingles. Yes, I love it. So that's what we're doing in this Beyond the Shore Fitness Challenge. We're just, maybe Beyond the Shore for you is, we have a saying in fitness, right? Dig deeper, right? And when we say that, it's beyond just like a level of, fitness or performance, as much as, we're talking about reaching deeper inside for this extra resolve, this extra grit, or this place of finally deciding that we're going to do this. We're going to do it because he's prompted our hearts, put it on our hearts to do it. So simply out of obedience and trusting him for something better. And we're going to do it because we want to prove to ourselves and to others and live that life that helps lead them. So that's what that digging deeper, you could align that with pushing your boat beyond the shore. So for some, this is just looking at the might give me, there I am. So for some, the Beyond the Shore is just, maybe you've been following me for a little while. You've been watching me from the sidelines. You've been, peeking in at my faith and fitness posts from time to time. And so for now, for you to go deeper and to push beyond the shore is committing to something. Committing to finally, joining one of my challenges. Committing to trying Shakeology and a fitness program, or maybe you have got your nutrition all figured out, and so going beyond the shore for you is finding a new workout challenge solution, or new. You don't need a new eating plan, but another level is Shakeology itself because of the nutritional value of it. Maybe beyond the shore for you is just somewhere that you need to be challenged in right now because you've conquered whatever it was that was a challenge for you 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago, right? And so whatever that more is, whatever that Beyond the Shore is for you, this group is for you. And so for maybe it's just to be able to learn how to have more fun again with your fitness and your health and eating habits and nutrition. Maybe your Beyond the Shore is adding more intensity. Well, I can help you find a program for that. Maybe it's a certain habit, or it's a certain part of your regimen, your routine. I can help you with that. So for some, the shore is simply moving from a place of indecision to a decision. And in the action is where I can tell you that your power is. You're not going to be, don't wait to feel empowered and then, okay, now I feel ready. No. He's planted the seed. He's given you the prompting. Now is the time to step out and just cast the net and trust him that the reward is going to be great. That what you receive from stepping out is going to be greater than you ever thought. And that's I can tell you that it's true for me. I can tell you I am partnered with people it's the same thing has happened for them. It's become so much more rewarding than what they ever thought. I'm trying to identify the challenge. I think it's trying to not let it consume my life. Balance. It's tough. It is, and that's part of that adding faith for your fitness too. Whenever, you might have to go to the replay, but revisit that section about 2 Peter. Look at those virtues in there, those things that he says, add to your faith this, add to your faith this. That's what we're doing in the group. We're helping each other identify, not just where our challenges are and what's held us back, but the solutions to those. So we're not just saying, yay Beachbody and yay Max 30 or yay 21 Day Fix or yay Shakeology or yay Sports Performance Line or whatever. We're saying, we're actually applying the word. We're saying yay for the promises of God and looking at where we can apply what, his ways to all of our ways. So that's what I got for you. And again, go back if you want. If you will step out and invest in me, just trust me, trust him, and trust that he led you to this this live feed or the recording if you're watching the replay. Trust that he led you to this point to make that decision and step out and push beyond the shore. Invest in me. I will invest right back in you. I'm pretty much giving up my commission. I'm like not getting paid because I'm giving something of the same value back to you. If you sign up with the challenge pack, which is either a Shakeology or a Sports Performance Line pre and post workout, if you're like, I can't do Shakeology or I don't like Shakeology, that's fine. It's called a Sports Performance Stack. It's a pre-workout shake and a post-workout shake. And you invest in that in addition to workout of your choice. Again, we talk it over. We find one that fits your life and your goals. And you put those together. We call it a challenge pack. I send it to you pre-bundled in an email. So all you have to do is click and confirm. I give you a $20 gift. I'll add an additional $10 gift, completely giving up my commission for the sale. If you trust me again and sign up for it's like a loyal membership, okay? You sign up for the 25% discount, same discount that I would get as a coach, so that should you decide to follow through past the 30 days because you just love what you're experiencing, your 25% savings is in place already for your next month. And again, risk-free, because if you hate it, you don't like it, then within that first 30 days, you cancel it, you can return all your stuff, get all your money back, no harm, no foul. Take advantage of me. Do it, okay? Because this is why I came out on my personal profile, not my public, because I want my friends and my family to hear my heart on this, okay? I'm in a position to share with you what has blessed my life, okay? So I love you guys. Send me a link to the group. I don't even know if I'm ready. If you want that, if you're interested in any kind of level, just private message me and we'll hash out all the details. Okay. All right. So love you guys. I hope I hear from you very soon. Bye.